mind. The reason I'm stepping is 'cause you're so damn fine. I know that you drinking the Cherry Grand Marnier. Girlfriends around, straight kissing. I thought you must be gay. I never judge a book by the way you look. But when a man approached, all the ladies should. The question I'm asking is, are you single? Sweet kitten, if you're ready, let's mingle.
Are you single? Free to mingle, your bamboo jingle. You like my lingo? I want you in the can like Pringles. My intuition starting to speak, I'ma listen. We should be kissing, my thing is getting too hard for pissing. Let's skip the talk on this and that. We chat at the room, love. My whip is parked in the back. Black on black, your valet. Bring my shit my way. Full of Grand Marnier would leave the club, the highway. Over and past, by the snap of my whip. Damn near fainted when I gave the driver $20 tip. Don't trip. Put on your seatbelt. Through her chest, that's a woman's felt. Be love, make her melt.
Are you single? Are you single? Tell me, are you single, baby? Are you single? I need to know right now, yeah. It's a party tonight, and you're invited. It's a party. Girl, you're invited.
Let me make love to her mind. She's hypnotizing when she from behind. Conversations intense. I'm thinking, damn girl, you're fine inside my dreamy eyes and stare. Let down your hair right now, girl. I don't care. Fantasies were meant for us to share. Picture me with the key to your deepest fantasy. And that's a girl like some bitches that hunt with vanity. Please pardon my profanity. It's just demanding me. I'm fighting, trying to keep my sanity. Picture this, the two of us companionless. You wanna get one chance, and my one chance I will not miss. Take it slow, day by day, we got so far to go. But I'm single and interested, just to let you know.
Are you single? Are you single? Are you single? Tell me, are you single, baby? Are you single? I need to know right now.
This is V-Love, chilling out here with my man and whatnot. Coming to your motherfucking town to take over, basically. Have a nice day.
Are you single? Tell me, are you single, baby? Are you single? I need to know right now. Are you single? Baby. Are you single? Are you single? Tell me, are you single, baby? Are you single? I need to know right now.
Suppose you crossed out Madonna. Why'd you cross out Madonna?
She's old.
She's old?
This creates a problem for marketers. Kids begin to see them as the enemy. So what do marketers do? Market to kids without seeming to do so. Become cool themselves, as Sprite did a few years ago.
I like the way you make me laugh.
In the early 90s, Sprite was an also-ran brand in the competitive soft drink category. Their focus groups with teenagers were designed to find out what was wrong.
What we found by talking to teens is that they had seen so much advertising that they were on overload and became very cynical about that traditional approach to advertising.
Hi, I'm Grant Hill, professional basketball player for the Detroit Pistons.
Then they launched this ad campaign aimed at teens, which pokes fun at marketing itself.
Because it's the only drink with that cool, crisp, refreshing taste that satisfies even my manliest thirst.
There was really no one in the market at the time that was saying, discount it all, don't believe it, it's all BS, and we know that you know that, and you're smarter than everyone else. So it put them in a position to feel like we understood them, so that they were feeding back to us, you know, Sprite understands me, and Sprite is one, you know, it's really one of us.
It worked for a while, but soon Sprite's own focus groups revealed that kids were getting wise to this anti-marketing marketing campaign.
They had Grant Hill telling you not to listen to some celebrity telling you to drink a beverage. Right. Well, that's what you're doing. You're listening to Grant Hill telling you to drink Sprite.
Right. I don't know how much they probably paid all those stars to come on and say, don't listen to what a star says.
So Sprite crossed an entirely new threshold, into the innermost sanctum of teen culture, where they cloaked themselves in genuine cool.
Hip-hop, for us, became the sort of vehicle or the lens for us to get to teens and talk to them in a credible way. And the way we did that was to develop relationships with artists.
They all of a sudden put their arm around that kid that was drinking Sprite and said, we understand you, we recognize you, we want to be part of your life, and not just please drink our product. They almost weren't even selling the product, they were selling the fact that they understood the culture.
They were selling a lifestyle, and I think that's why Sprite's been so successful and one of the leaders in terms of reaching youth.
Former record executives John Cohn and Rob Stone run a New York marketing firm called Cornerstone. Their specialty is under-the-radar marketing. For instance, Cornerstone hires kids to log into chat rooms and pose as just another fan of one of their clients.
And that's what the focus group is about.
They also recruit incoming freshmen to throw parties where they pass out promotional material to their classmates.
If we're, you know, maybe we've got a bunch of promo Busta Rhymes CDs, and that'd be great to give out at the hip-hop concert.
Cornerstone helps Sprite tap a network of radio DJs and hip-hop artists to smuggle their message into the world of kids.
The days of developing cute campaigns or whatever they don't work anymore. You have to really get involved in what their culture is. You have to understand where they're coming from. You have to think how they think.
It worked. Thanks to the teens who buy it, Sprite is now the fastest growing soft drink in the world. Sprite invited us to a kickoff party for their new website, Sprite.com. Scores of kids were paid to show up and revel in the sounds and styles of urban authenticity. While we were there, some of the biggest acts in rap music appeared on stage under the company logo. Here it was, the ultimate marriage of a corporation and a culture. Sprite and hip-hop had become one and the same, each carrying the other to its audience.
Sprite has really become an icon. It's not just associated with hip-hop. It's really a part of it. As much as baggy jeans and sneakers, Sprite has become an icon in hip-hop culture.
Is it nostalgic to think that when we were young it was any different? That the thing we called youth culture wasn't something that was just being sold to us. It was something that came from us. An act of expression, not just of consumption. Has that boundary been completely erased? Today, 5 enormous companies are responsible for selling nearly all of youth culture. These are the true merchants of cool. Rupert Murdoch's News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Universal Vivendi, and AOL Time Warner.
The entertainment companies, which are a handful of massive conglomerates that own 4 of the 5 music companies that sell 90% of the music in the United States. Those same companies also own all the film studios, all the major TV networks, all the TV stations pretty much in the 10 largest markets. They own all or part of every single commercial cable channel. They look at the teen market as part of this massive empire that they're colonizing. You should look at it like the British Empire, the French Empire in the 19th century. Teens are like Africa. You know, that's this range that they're going to take over. And their weaponry are films, music, books, CDs, internet access, clothing, amusement parks, sports teams. That's all this weaponry they have to make money off of this market.
Of the 5 media giants, the coolest conglomerate on the block is Viacom. And Viacom's crown jewel, there on the 2nd floor, is MTV, which last year earned the company $1 billion in profits. MTV launched 20 years ago with a simple but brilliantly commercial concept. use record companies' promotional music videos as creative programming. Since then, the cable channel has grown into a youth marketing empire, but its basic business model has remained the same.
Everything in MTV is a commercial. That's all that MTV is. Sometimes it's an explicit advertisement paid for by a company to sell a product. Sometimes it's going to be a video for a music company there to sell music. Sometimes it's going to be the set that's filled with trendy clothes and stuff there to sell a look that will include products on that set. Sometimes it will be a show about an upcoming movie paid for by the studio, though you don't know it, to hype a movie that's coming out from Hollywood. But everything's an infomercial. There is no non-commercial part of MTV.
This strategy keeps MTV's airwaves filled with cheap and easy content.
Nelly's over there doing his thing. Let's check in with him. All right, let's see what Nelly's doing over there.
Take MTV's daily program, Direct Effects. See anything familiar? That's the Sprite.com party we showed you earlier. We didn't know it at the time, but the camera swirling over our heads belonged to MTV.
It happened, the Sprite.com launch party. It's crazy, and right now, I got two of the hottest in hip-hop for you right now.
So let's connect the dots. Sprite rents out the Roseland Ballroom and pays kids $50 a pop to fill it up and look cool. The rap artists who perform for this paid audience get a plug on MTV's show, Direct Effects, for which Sprite is a sponsor. MTV gobbles up the cheap programming, promoting the music of the record companies who advertise on their channel. Everybody's happy. But while this cross-promotional free-for-all may maximize returns for MTV and Viacom, it also violates the first rule of cool: don't let your marketing show. MTV learned this lesson the hard way a few years ago when their ratings began to slip.
There was a perception that MTV had lost its way a bit with the young consumer. Ratings were down somewhat. Some of the trend studies said that we were less cool, less creative than before.
So MTV had the humility to realize that cool was not their birthright, that it belongs to kids and kids keep changing. If they wanted to stay cool, they'd have to change right along with them.
MTV felt like we needed to get a closer connection to the audience. Where we said, if we know more about them, know more about their lives, know more about who they are, what they want, what they don't want, we can make a better MTV as a better connection with the audience if we talk to them and listen to them a lot more.
We immersed ourselves in research about the fall of '97 and have been able to turn that around to where now our rankings when it comes to creative or original or funky or anything you would care about, musically relevant, have went way, way up, and our ratings are their highest in their history.
5, 4, 3, go!
The new MTV is all about learning what kids really want, then delivering it to them. Their signature show, Total Request Live, plays music videos by popular demand. And every afternoon, mobs of kids crowd into Times Square to gaze up at the windows of the TRL studio, to see whichever mega band might be making a guest appearance. Today it's a TRL favorite, rap metal artist Limp Bizkit, whose videos are frequently voted into the top 10. More on them later.
It's really the first time MTV was able to give over the control of a show to the viewers and say, you know what, you tell us what you want to hear, what you want to see, what the videos are. And they've been in control of it since it went on the air. So I think that's one of the reasons that it's really important to us, and it's really important to the audience because there's that real bond.
Yeah, this new CD, Granddaddy.
To ensure that bond stays strong, MTV must understand where teen culture is moving. Market research is the mantra, and its guru is Todd Cunningham.
Some of this music is dead on for exactly what kind of stuff that our audience is going to want. And the research efforts at MTV are certainly legendary. There's been a kind of feverish addiction to research and understanding young people, and that's been embraced from the very top down.
Like yayo, move out my way, slow although a nigga fear of death, I don't wanna go quick to collide with my enemies and fake ass friends. I mean, not putting in a dime, but drinking all my Hennessy. My memories serve me perfectly. You wanna be like me, getting props for your raps and a salary. Is it vain to me to get paid for poetry and spend a little money without foes putting holes in me?
I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself.
Is it cause I told her strap a lot, smoke weed a lot, break down my Glock in 20 seconds and hang out with Jackpot? Shake the spot before it gets hot. Prefer to use a revolver cause all the automatic shells drop. Can't detect the quicker cop, don't want minutes to stop and love to bump hip hop louder when my tops drop. Usually the one behind the pops. The rain down your block, infesting the whole hood with cops.
I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself.
Lights count down, you're like 60 seconds from the ground. Your name might spread all over town. You were the big cheese, but now you on your knees begging please. Praying my tech trigger don't squeeze. Your heartbeat repeatedly. Playing the role like you ain't noticed me. Now you lay at the mercy of my poetry until the punishment becomes managed. Your lungs collapse, heart stop, and your breathing vanish.
I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself.
I'm doing 60 down the one-way, burning hay, counting money that I made that day, just loading up my AK. The skies are gray, man, these streets don't play. But Kane is so sweet, it's giving tooth decay. But anyway, my center figure spark. Watching my enemies pulled up, they just park. And it's dark, put on my high beams to blind them. They don't know I'm right behind them. When I'm done, it will be so hard to find them.
I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself. I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself. I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself. I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself. I'm looking for a change and I am changing for myself. I'm hoping this could be my time. I'm waiting for myself.
MTV let us in on their techniques. Todd Cunningham told us to meet him at an address in the small town of Island, New Jersey. A short time after we arrived, a black town car pulled up. Cunningham, a former advertising industry executive, emerged with a member of his staff. This little field trip, Cunningham had explained, is called an ethnography study, in which MTV market researchers visit a typical fan in his home.
Hey, Todd.
Today, MTV is meeting John, an ordinary kid in every respect, who is carefully screened to make sure he is just that, It is hoped that by studying John in his natural habitat, MTV might gain insight into one of the most valuable segments of their viewing demographic, the teenage male.
I'd love to see, like, clothes. Like, what's your favorite thing you have? What's your favorite shirt?
It's probably one of my sweaters. They're in my drawers, if you want to see them.
Okay, well, we can look at that in a minute. What else? What else? What are the kind of things you wear usually? Like, what's...
I wear a lot of, like, khaki pants.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I have some suits for church or whatever.
We shut the door in their bedrooms and talk to them about issues that they feel like are really important to them. We talk with them about what it's like to date today, what it's like dealing with their parents, what things stress them out the most, what things are like really on the hearts and minds of them and their peers. I'm just curious about like things with like, you don't have to say if you want, just like just your girlfriend and stuff like that. And I mean, we always just ask these kind of questions about, are you like, how long have you guys been dating?
Since June 1st.
It's captured on video. So we have a camera crew, sound and light crew there. We cut that videotape together, put it to music, edit it in an MTV style way. We then take that around and show it to various department meetings, share with them the insights that we've learned.
So what happens to all this careful research? All the hours and dollars that MTV spends learning about who our kids really are? When all the tape is reviewed, what portrait of the American teenage male emerges?
The water show. Oh, God! Hot puke on my leg.
His critics call him the Mook. That's right, M-O-O-K, Mook. And you can find him almost any hour of the day or night, somewhere on MTV. He's not real, he's a character. Crude, loud, obnoxious, and in your face. He's Tom Green of The Tom Green Show.
There's a sewage plant in my anus, and it stinks.
And he's the daredevils on Jackass who indulge in dignity-defying feats like poo diving.
Right, John? And this is poo diving.
He's those frat boys and their whipped cream bikini girlfriends on MTV's constantly recurring spring break specials.
Hey, Terrence, what brand of pants am I wearing? Let me see.
He has migrated to MTV's sister network, Comedy Central, where he's the cartoon cutouts of South Park, or the lads on The Man Show.
The juggies look nice, don't they? Eat those beans.
The Mook is perhaps Viacom's most bankable creation. Once programmers discovered his knack with teenage boys, they replicated him across the length and breadth of their empire.
Oh my goodness. Grabbing my ass. Grabbing my ass.
Take Howard Stern, perhaps the original and still king of all Mooks. Look how Viacom leverages him across their properties. He is syndicated on 50 of Viacom's Infinity radio stations. His weekly TV show is broadcast on Viacom's CBS. His #1 best-selling autobiography was published by Viacom's Simon & Schuster, then released as a major motion picture by Viacom's Paramount Pictures, grossing $40 million domestically and millions more on videos sold at Viacom's Blockbuster Video.
Go ahead, tell me more about me.
All right.
So does the whole teenage experience come down to this? Are our boys Mooks? Is John a Mook? I don't think so. Maybe all that research isn't really about understanding John as a person. It's about understanding John as a customer. I mean, they don't call it human research or people research. They call it market research.
The MTV machine does listen very carefully to children. When corporate revenues depend on being ahead of the curve, you have to listen. You have to know exactly what they want and exactly what they're thinking so that you can give them what you want them to have. Now, that's an important distinction. The MTV machine doesn't listen to the young so it can make the young happier. It doesn't listen to the young so it can come up with, startling new kinds of music, for example. The MTV machine tunes in so it can figure out how to pitch what Viacom has to sell.
Crotch, crotch, crotch.
There is no Mook in nature. He is a creation designed to capitalize on the testosterone-driven madness of adolescence. He grabs them below the belt and then reaches for their wallets.
What, my crotch?
What MTV is struggling with is what's going on with all our cultural industries. We have fewer and fewer owners, but more and more choices. So they have to desperately find ways to keep people looking for gimmicks, and they don't have a huge time frame to establish an identity. With the remote control, you know, your shelf life of chances to keep someone, to get them to stay there, is very short. You can't develop a character over 6 weeks. They're going to be gone after 2 minutes. So it puts pressure on commercial culture providers like MTV to try to find sort of things that their research shows will click right away, recognizable things, and play on those.
It's funny to think that the most advanced form of marketing today comes in the form of a 300-pound body slam. Professional wrestling is the most popular form of entertainment among teenage boys in America. When I was a kid, wrestling was an amusing little outpost of the culture. Today, wrestling is sheer spectacle, a magnificently honed lure for the teenage male channel surfer. The wrestlers themselves have a word for it: pop.
Pop means when that crowd pops, when they react. Wow!
It's like a shock reaction, you know, something that, you know, they didn't really expect it, so you may get that big surprise out of them, you know, just like when you catch somebody coming around the corner and you jump out and they go, whoa! It's the same thing, you know.
When you over-experience somebody,
it's a big pop.
You know, wow!
And where there's pop, there's money. That's why wrestling has been propagated across the entire spectrum of teen media. It's broadcast 15 hours a week on 5 different networks and is seen by 15 million people. Wrestling's violence doesn't scare me. Its ubiquity does.
It is huge with our audience at sort of program levels that I could have never imagined. It is the hottest thing going among males 18 to 24 and, in fact, among teen boys. And so we felt like, while we don't want that to be the defining element of our business, it was okay to be in the game.
It was simply too big to ignore.
That's what it was.
When you got a few gigantic transnational corporations, each one loaded down with debt, competing madly for as much shelf space and brain space as they can take, they're going to do whatever they think works the fastest and with the most people, which means that they will drag standards down.
And girls get dragged down there right along with boys. The media machine has spit out a second caricature. Perhaps we can call this stereotype the midriff. The midriff is no more true to life than the mook. If he is arrested in adolescence, she is prematurely adult. If he doesn't care what people think of him, she is consumed by appearances. If his thing is crudeness, hers is sex. The midriff is really just a collection of the same old sexual cliches, but repackaged as a new kind of female empowerment. I am midriff, hear me roar. I am a sexual object, but I'm proud of it.
Wait.
The midriff archetype is undoubtedly teenage megastar Britney Spears, whose latest album, Oops, I Did It Again, has sold over 8 million copies. She hit the scene at 16 with Baby One More Time, as a naughty Catholic schoolgirl bursting out of her uniform. When it came time for a spread in Rolling Stone, a 17-year-old self-professed virgin Britney struck the classic nymphette pose. And at the Video Music Awards last year, when Britney finally and famously came out of her clothes, she wasn't just pleasing eager young boys. She was delivering a powerful missive to girls. Your body is your best asset. Flaunt your sexuality, even if you don't understand it. And that's the message that matters most, because Britney's most loyal fans are teenage girls.
I'm not that innocent. I think I did it. Oh, can I use that? Sure. Made you believe we're more than just friends.
We met Barbara and her friends at the New York Hilton, where they were preparing for the opportunity to step into the roles of midriffs themselves.
I want to be a model, I want to be an actor. I want people to notice me and just be like, wow, she is pretty. I have to look good for people. If I need to look good. Like, if I don't look good for people, I'll be really upset and it'll, like, ruin my day. So whenever I go out with friends, like even just over to their house,